Hello, I'm Archie Luxury, and today we're talking Patek Philippes with my friend Greg Kinder. Greg, in a previous video there, we were talking about your dream dress watch. What's the ultimate watch to finish off your collection there? And the viewers can't see this at home, but we've got a menu. I got a menu, which is a I'll give one to Greg. There's a menu, sir.
Yep.
Sir. And this here is the Patek catalogue. The big Patek catalogue I've actually got in front of me there, but this is the slightly condensed one.
Yes.
And we just want to have a look at it and talk about the ultimate Calatrava. Now, I've had this conversation with Greg many times. Now, I'll just wanted to recap with Greg here.
Yes.
And Greg's always, I remember I've had countless conversations where we have discussed...
Oh, it's always fun to talk about these topics.
It's actually a section called Calatrava, page 21, sir.
Alright.
21?
21,
There we
yes.
go.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so I wanted to talk to Greg about this. What is the classic Calatrava? Now, let's have a talk about this, okay. So right at the top of the page there, now what I'm gonna do is when I put this video together, Greg, I'm gonna put pictures of these watches on the screen.
Yes.
So,
okay.
So the fuckers who are watching it,
Oh yeah,
they'll be
you'll do your
entertained.
editing. Good
But
stuff.
look, the 5119.
Yes.
Now that's a replacement to the 3919.
Yes.
Now the interesting story is the 3919, that was actually invented by Patek. It came out, I believe it came out in the 80s, and it was supposed to embody what the brand stood for. I believe some advertising men went to Patek and they're trying to get a fit. What is a Patek? And Patek said, oh, we've got very traditional company. We've so the 5119, which originally was the 3919.
Yes.
3919 is just a 33 mil.
Yes.
Whereas the 5119, I think is, what size is that?
36 or 37.
Yeah,
something like that.
I think it's 36.
Which is a dress modern size, but a very classic design. It's got a hobnail bezel.
Hobnail bezel. It's also got the lugs, the very traditional. See
Yes.
those lugs there? That's when the early watches were simply a pocket watch with lugs
Right.
attached to it. So that's very much following a pocket watch that's been, you know, you understand what I'm saying,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that's the 5119. Now that's using a manual wind movement. It actually uses the same movement as the 3919, which is a 215 manual wind watch. Absolute stunning fucker.
Okay.
Now Archie's Patek himself, he's got the 5107, which is a that's a very interesting sort of watch there. In the current catalogue, I'm just trying to get this fucker in focus. There we go, we've got it in focus. It's actually, the current model is the 5127.
Yes.
That's this book
It
here.
looks almost indistinguishable. Yes.
So,
from the picture.
yeah, the only telltale sign is that the bezel is slightly more curved on the 5127. So Greg, that's a cool piece, and
Oh, yeah.
it's very much, compared that to the 5119, it's very sporty. It's got the lugs in the case like an oyster sort of case. You know what I mean? It's got those the lugs are
Yes.
they're
Curvy,
integrated.
yes.
Very integrated.
I like that.
It's got a screw-in crown. It's got the crown guards.
Yes.
Right. And so that's really a cool model there.
Oh yeah.
And that's a cool piece. The other piece I really love is the 5196.
Yes.
Now, if you look at that, you can also get it with a railway dial. That's the other
Yes.
dial variation with the Arabics.
Yes, it's nice.
Or the traditional one.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's the 5196. 5196 is a manual wind.
Yes.
I think it's 38 mil, isn't it? The 5196.
37.
37.
Yes.
Okay. And the other model, which I really love, we turn the page over, is a 5296.
Oh yeah. Also,
And the 5296 is like a crossover between the two. It's not like a 5127 because it doesn't have the crown guards for the crown.
yes.
It does have a date, so it's an
Yes.
automatic. Normally with the date, that's what they use on the automatics.
Yes.
But it does. It has the integrated lugs, so it's not as conservative as the
And it's marginally
5119.
bigger. It's 38 mils as well.
Yes.
Also
What
has
do you
Swiss-
think?
Well,
What do you think that? What is the ultimate? The ultimate Calatrava. What is the ultimate Calatrava? What is it? Because you were saying you like simple. I'd
Yes,
also
sir.
like to bring your attention to the Patek 6000, which is it's a very special. It's the same as a 5296. It's got basically hours, minutes, seconds, and a date, but it's
Mhm.
done in a. It kind of makes it look more complicated.
yes.
That
It looks very nice, but it's okay. That's a very good concept, and I have certainly had my thoughts about that. So it's not very surprising. 5119, which is the hobnail bezel one, very beautiful watch. For my liking, I think I like something with a little bit more of a modern touch.
bit too conservative, you're saying?
A little bit. I mean, it's not that I'm saying it's too conservative for me because I like conservative stuff. But I just don't like that look as much as the others.
Because you know, even more conservative than a 5119 is a 5120,
Yes.
which is actually, let me tell you this, that's an automatic with no date. Did you know that?
Yes, but I'm not. Look,
And no second hand, it's hour and minute.
Yes.
Ultimate in conservative.
look, I think that the hobnail bezel isn't as beautiful as a smooth bezel. That's just me.
What do you think of the lugs?
The lugs, I prefer thicker lugs. Personally, I like the look. They look beautiful. I'm not trying to take anything out of it. I like something with a little. I like the more creamy dial in a white gold 5127 or a 5196 or probably 5296. I like that the color of the dial. I like that creamy color.
That opaque.
Yes.
Opaque sort of dial.
Love it.
Well, that
It is
depends.
unique.
That depends on what metal you choose. The opaque is more with the white gold,
Yes.
whereas if you're going for yellow or rose gold, it's slightly different tinge to it.
Yes, it is. But it's the tinge, regardless, in all those models are the ones that I personally like. I like that. It's again what I like. The 6000, beautiful watch, very inventive. Haven't seen any other brand do that. For my liking, personally, it's a little bit too busy.
Now, the other thing too is the 6000. They had a model called the 5000,
Yes.
which was actually a smaller version. So
Yeah.
the 6000 is a more.
It looks a little bit like a stopwatch or something. For my liking, it's a bit too busy.
Now, Greg, I wanted to ask you this to completely throw a cat amongst the pigeons.
Yes.
From the first page there, they've got a 5123.
Yes.
Now, it's got a very narrow
Yes.
strap.
Yes.
It's very modern.
Mhm.
It hasn't got. They're integrated lugs, but they're done in a more modern way.
Mhm.
What do you think of that? Is that a sexy watch?
It's sexy, but
It's manual wind.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think, look, please don't misunderstand me. There is absolutely no Patek. If somebody gave one to me that I wouldn't take. Every one of them is absolutely beautiful. But if you're spending the 20 grand second hand, personally, you want to get exactly what you want. You want to get something that will really make you happy. It's supposed to be a non-compromise watch. Now, if you've got 30 grand to spend or 25 grand for a new one, you just walk into the shop and just pick the one you want. Or you just get Patek Philippe to order it for you. But if you're doing it second hand, it's kind of similar, but you have to be a little bit more flexible because you're trying to get bang for buck. For me personally, I love the 5127. I love the 5196. And I love the 5296. And any of those would make me equally happy. So if said, look, there's a beautiful buy, because sometimes with Patek Philippe, it's not sometimes getting the best price of one. It's getting one at all, or it's getting one in nice condition.
Yes, yes. That's
You've got to put away the 17 to 20 grand realistically in today's money to get one. But if you're spending that kind of money, you really want to get what you got. That's not something that you're going to say, I have to buy a Patek Philippe next week. You save it up. You can take you years to save up. You savor it. It's a goal that you set. It's an heirloom piece. It's something that I would use on special occasions. I would not use that as a daily watch. I've got daily watches. I've got 5 of them.
Yes.
Or even more. I could use that. That's something I would put on an anniversary. That's something I would put on a birthday. When I'm putting on a suit. That's something for a special occasion. And for me, personally, I would try and say, look, if a 5127 shows up in nice condition for the right money, not overpriced, I would say I'm perfectly happy. If a 5196 would show up, manual wind, I'd be perfectly happy. Doesn't bother me if it's a manual wind. In fact, it's a benefit because it doesn't even have a date, so it's simple. Just wind it up, ready to go. You're not wearing that every day, you're wearing that every now and then. It's just fun to pick it up every now and then, every month or so, and just wind it up and just enjoy the glory. 5296. It's a gorgeous piece as well. I wouldn't mind it either. Lugs, crown guards, no crown guards, manual wind, automatic. Those 3 are my personal choice. I'd be happy with every one of them. Sometimes it's better to see what shows up rather than just saying, having a dilemma choosing between the 3.
No worries. Thanks for your time. See you later.
Thank you.